Hey guys, it's Nate, aka the FUT Accountant. Welcome back to the channel. The vibes of FUT Birthday are off the charts. This might go down as the best promo of FC25 after all the great content that we had yesterday, including one of the coolest things that EA has ever done. We're going to talk about all the content that dropped yesterday, all the stuff that is upcoming as well. We've got more SBCs, as of course it's been promised, daily player SBCs, daily evolutions, and more to look forward to today. And of course, the market is going bananas, guys. With all this content, there's a lot to discuss there. If you're excited for the video, drop a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. Let's start by looking over yesterday's big Promo Friday content on the FUT Birthday drop. Inside of objectives to start, we have the lovely daily play and daily play games completionist objectives in here, which are free packs every single day for just playing 3 games, and leveling up rewards as we head through the week. The biggest reward in here is probably the evolution consumable that gives a left winger, left mid position, winger plus, inside forward plus plus, and most importantly, base trickster playstyle. This actually could be the Evo that was leaked earlier last week, that we were getting a trickster playstyle, but unfortunately it's not for any card. It's just for left wings, 88 max with up to 3 positions. But nonetheless, that is a solid Evo there for your evolution desires, and an 86 double to complete the rest of this objective is nice. Of course, don't forget the daily login objective. We're still a few days into that one. We're going to be at day 4 tomorrow on Saturday, and we'll all be getting the 88 Emblemo. But there's another objective card to cover here, and that is the Flashback Tammy Abraham. The best thing about this, at least for me, is he's 5-star, 5-star. That shows me and tells me that not only are the FUT Birthday cards getting 5-5, but the flashbacks and maybe other SBC card types getting SBCs during this promo are going to be 5-star, 5-star as well. That is dope. Now this card, he needs some evolutions, but he's not terrible for a starter card there. English Serie A links with the power shot and with the press proven. So a solid card, of course, a name that has been pretty overpowered in FIFAs of past. I think he had a FUT Birthday objective a couple years ago, if I'm not mistaken, or an SBC. That's kind of a remembrance of him. That's what this promo is all about again, right? The nostalgia. And that was really seen yesterday in Evolutions. Let's talk about the 2 Evos that actually upgrade our stats from yesterday's content. I guess it's kind of like 3 Evos, but 2 go together. The Build Your Birthday 1 and 2 Evos here go hand in hand. The first one here is Build Your Birthday 1. It is free. Huge boost. You look at these boosts. Plus 25 pace, 30 passing, 30 agility. You get Trickster, Incisive, Tiki Taka, and Quick Step plus. Also the center attack in mid position, and Shadow Striker plus plus, and Advanced Forward plus. Again, huge boosts here. Reactions plus 30, balance plus 30. This Evo is really all over the place. There's a lot of people that are putting in good cards like this Adama, right? He's been a FIFA legend this year, already a good player. He goes into this evolution part 1, gets Quick Step plus. He's going to be absolutely wicked fast with the ball, dribbling, and everything else. That's one of the most popular cards in this evolution. But where it gets crazy is where you put them into the second part of the evolution, where you get Finesse plus. If you don't already have 2 playstyle pluses, you get not only the 5-star skill boost in the Build Your FUT Birthday 1, you get a 5-star weak foot in this one. So you create a 5-star, 5-star, 2 playstyle plus card with really, really insane stat upgrades. You get more roll plus pluses here with what was that? That was half winger plus plus, classic 10 plus, playmaker plus, and then of course more big boost, jumping up 20s, attack position up to 91, shot power up to 90, finishing up to 90. You're creating a pretty sick card here, let's be honest. Now, I think there was a lot of us, myself included, that right away at content yesterday thought that this was a 3 playstyle plus Evo. It is in fact not. If you take a look in here and you see the Finesse Shot Plus that is given at level 5 this Evo has a cap of 2 playstyle pluses. And I think the reason we got our hopes up was because the leaks yesterday made it seem like this Build Your Birthday Evo was going to be a 3 playstyle plus Evo. And as of right now, that is not what is in the game. So whether or not there's another 3 playstyle plus Evo that is coming, we do not know. But yesterday, right away, I think I even thought this was a 3 playstyle plus Evo. It is not. It is only 2 playstyle pluses, which for me, yeah, sure, you're making a 5-star, 5-star card. 300,000 coins does seem a lot. But when you take a look at some of the players that come out of this, I mean, of course, it wouldn't be an evolution if Rafael Leao wasn't meta coming out of it. Some of these cards look very well worth the 300K. Rafael 5-5 with Quick Step and Rapid. That card is awesome. Endrick, I actually want to make a shout for this Evo. I think the best players for this Build Your Birthday Evo are cards that don't have any playstyle pluses, and they're lower rated cards, like this Endrick. He actually gets some good playstyles added to his card. He gets finesse and quick step. If you already have a playstyle plus heading into this Evo, you're going to get quick step plus added, then you'll be maxed out at 2, so you can't get the finesse. I think that's actually something to really consider with this one, and maybe even try to create a chain. You can even take a bronze or a silver card if you do a couple of other evolutions during the ones that are upcoming, or maybe bench boost that is already out, to boost some stats up and give your card a really solid outlook here with the 2 quick step and finesse plus play styles that you get. So 5/5 finesse and quick step, that is a pretty dirty combo. It's a pretty good evolution right there. Again, I think there's a little bit of disappointment because there wasn't 3 playstyle pluses, but I think that disappointment's only created because there were leaks around it. So for me, I think I'm going to wait a bit on this one, as I normally do with evolutions, just to see who else I could chain into this, maybe with some other Evos to start, especially if it's going to be a lower rated player that I will choose to put into this, maybe a gold card again, who only has 1 playstyle plus, or probably less than 1 playstyle plus, and just be on nothing. That way you can give them a pretty good boost and get both finesse and quick step. Now, the other Evo that we had yesterday was a center back Evo called Skillful Center Back. And for this one, this is a fun Evo, is what I think this is. This does not create cards that look that much more meta. It kind of fools you. Take a look at this David Lopez example. He goes from 80 dribbling to 90 dribbling. But if you take a look at a lot of the cards inside of here, like look at Rafael Varane, when they give these cards the dribbling boost here in level 1, dribbling plus 16, that's the actual in-game dribbling stat. There's no agility, no balance boost, no agility or balance boost, sorry, for these cards, but you do get reactions, ball control, and composure. That is nice. You get defending, you get physical, you get some passing boosts as well. But for me, Trickster on my center back, 5-star skills, long ball pass plus. Do I really need that on some of these cards? Personally, this evolution for me is like a fun one where you're going to make a center back who can do trickster flicks and have 5-star skills. And sure, that's fun. Maybe it's more useful for somebody in the midfield who can also play a center defensive mid or CM, right? I know there's a lot of people that are selling center backs right now because of big players like Saliba, Araujo, Tomori fitting into this. But like Saliba going from 74 dribbling to 90, if you look at his, again, agility and balance, really low. It's just his reactions, ball control, and composure that get boosted, and the dribbling stat itself. So I'm maybe being a little bit harsh in this evolution because it does create a really cool card. I don't necessarily want long ball on my center back, and I would like it to give more regular playstyles, but it's free and it gives a huge stat boost. This is, again, one that I think would be best fit on a player who's kind of lower rated. I mean, look, this is just a regular, the regular informed drag your shin. If you put backline boss, bench boost, that's a pretty sick looking card right there. I don't know who I'm going to put into this, but I'm going to have to do some thinking on that one as well. That was the Evo content yesterday that actually upgraded card stats. Now, the real content yesterday in Evolutions is in the cosmetic section, guys. Those evolutions giving us the retro card designs were dropped. I think this is honestly the coolest thing that EA has ever done. It's what everybody is talking about on this game right now. When you look at Twitter, X posts of people doing screenshots of these Evos that they're doing, I even put the Ronaldo flashback into this evolution. I even posted about why it's sentimental and nostalgic for me. That is the best part of content yesterday. These 50, I know they're 50,000 coins. You're like, Nate, for real? Yeah. If you played FIFA 18, 19, or 20, you know. It's just the nostalgia of these cards. It feels like you can create even some players that played back then and had FUT Birthday cards during FIFA 19. You can give them cosmetics now that make them actually look like they did back then. Gareth Bale had a FIFA 19 FUT Birthday card. Here he is, looking like FIFA 19. He also had one in FIFA 18 that was pretty sick. I could have used that card design on him as well. I know it's 50,000 coins, but like, it doesn't matter. It's so cool. It's just fun, and that it's just vibes, right? That's the best way to describe it with these, is just the vibes of the cosmetic Evos that you can create with them, and we absolutely love it. They look so good in the game as well. Just make sure the colors look good too. I think that's one that we should mention out. Like, I don't know how good the Ronaldo looks in the other pink one in FIFA 19. I think he looks best in the FIFA 20 and the FIFA 18. But it's just awesome. It's the small stuff like that with the designs being perfect and the nostalgia that we absolutely love. So let's move on to the SBCs and talk about that Cristiano Ronaldo, because as you can see, he's already been completed. And no, I didn't spend all my coins to get him done. We didn't spend a single coin to get him done, actually. 3.1 million coins for Ronaldo. that price is maybe different than what you saw yesterday because fodder is going up. When this SBC first came out, he was 2.6 million coins, but since then, fodder prices have started to go up, especially on the middle tier. 88s were 12K, they're now 17,000 coins for 88 rated cards. 87s are up a couple thousand coins a card. 90s, 89s, they're up too. These ended up being incredible investments if you bought them at 20,000 coins per card. They're 27K. 90s are up from 30 to 37,000. And 91s, they didn't really go up a lot. I mean, they were rising into the content drop yesterday, but they didn't go up a whole lot further than 52K yet. Now, there's still more SBCs that we expect to come. Will they have higher rated squad requirements in it like the Ronaldo and the Havertz did yesterday, though? I'm not sure, but if you invested in fodder, you're loving life. Now, for this Ronaldo card himself, this is, along with the Evos, probably the most hype part of content yesterday. This Ronaldo card got all the play styles that we wanted him to have. He got left wing position, and he's 5-star, 5-star. Now, I've just used him in one game of squad battles. I haven't actually tried him out yet, but even in that one game, to get this Evolution Evo Retro card design added to his item, unbelievable. I cannot wait to use this guy in FUT Champs this weekend. You're going to see this card a lot. I think the price is fair. I really do, because this card is even more unique than his Team of the Year. I know it doesn't have 3 playstyle pluses, but he has Finesse. He's got Rapid Plus and Quick Step Regular, Trickster, Trivella, Acrobatic. I mean, what a card. What a freaking card this is. This Team of the Year is still 3 million coins. This SBC is 3 million coins. We all know you're not paying out of pocket 3 mil to get this one done. He's got a lot of upvotes, but this is just, it's the vibes. Again, this is a memorable card that was dropped in FIFA 22 that I didn't even get to use in FIFA 22. He was so expensive as a 5-star, 5-star card. People said that he was better than his Team of the Year that year, or close to it even. And, now we have the chance to use that card via SBC. So I absolutely love it. I think the price is maybe, it's not bad, but I think it's just, it seems like a lot. When you look at that, it's like, ooh, that's a big number. But over time, with the 83 times 10 being out, you can absolutely craft it out. It's going to be worth crafting, I think, too, because that card is 5-star, 5-star, because it's Ronaldo, unique body type in game. Even if you're a huge Messi fan, at least give it a chance, okay? I wish there was a loan version of this. That would be really cool. There's not, but that'd be really fun just to test them out before taking the deep dive. But that is the big SBC that was dropped yesterday, and I think it lived up to all the hype. Great card, fantastic stats, and definitely craftable over the month that he is out. Now, the other SBC we had yesterday was also, as leaked, the Kai Havertz duo pick. You've got the striker version, you've got the center mid version. I think a lot of people are leaning towards the center mid version. Now, the price of this SBC also is up a little bit from content. It was 1 mil right away at content. Now it's 1.3 million coins. Great card. Maybe lacking a couple of playstyles on both versions. I think the striker one maybe does a little bit better than the center mid one in terms of playstyles that it has, but I feel like they have the most necessary playstyles. He's got, of course, long ball and anticipate plus with jockey, intercept, technical, first touch, and aerial, and 5-star, 5-star, and he can play center defensive mid. So that's really important for a lot of people. I think the one downside to Havertz, especially as the CM card, is he doesn't have holding plus plus, which a lot of people really like, or defensive line playmaker. But for me personally, he's got box to box plus plus, which is where I would want to use him in my team. So I think for you, you just have to make the decision. Is that worth it for you? And one thing to note is, there's a lot of SBCs that are still upcoming, so maybe with your fodder that you have right now, if you're not sold on doing one of these two players, maybe you just wait on it a little bit because we have more SBCs incoming. We also had an 85 plus player pick yesterday, which was very fun. A lot of us opening 83 times 10s and 83 times 14s and saved up packs. Those were fun to rinse into, as well as the refresh of the 83 team of the week pick and an 82 combo upgrade out for the next 2 weeks, along with a FUT Birthday challenge. So, a busy day in SBCs, headlined by the Havertz and the Ronaldo for sure. Now, let's go to the team in packs. Like we said, every card's 5-star, 5-star. Every card has that going for it, and the prices really were a roller coaster ride for these cards yesterday, but these cards have a ton of hype. Once again, we have the cards are there's so many cards in packs, you can barely see here on the loading screen how many of them and who the cards are and what the stats are. It's crazy how many cards are in packs right now, which is part of what makes this promo as good as it is right now. These cards, I think, are pretty affordable, if I'm being honest. This Ruben Diaz is 640,000 coins right now. Might go up a little bit today, but 93 defending with the bruiser and the anticipate, 92 physical, 86 pace. That's an insane card. It's Ruben Diaz. He's always good in game. And 5-star, 5-star. Not that you needed that, but you have it for a center back. You got a 5-5 Jude, Holland. Promo team is just full of some really, really insane cards. Big name players, very meta cards. And then also some fun, really cheap ones that I think are really meta too. Rabiot. He's kind of like a cheap FIFA beast from years past. A very nostalgic card there. Him getting a FUT Birthday is perfect in my opinion. Salma Parluelo, of course, had the SBC during Team of the Year, but this card looks even better. Celtic Jota, Griezmann, expensive card. It feels like I look at an expensive card and then I look at a cheap card and I'm like, man, all of these cards look usable because they're 5-star, 5-star, and their prices aren't really out of this world. There was a ton of supply to start. When these cards got added to packs yesterday, there was so many people opening packs. It was kind of like one of those promo Fridays where people have been saving packs for ages, and you just saw the supply like shoot onto the market like crazy. There was a huge push of packs open right away, and those cards started off really, really low. If you were in the stream yesterday, you watched us and saw us buy 3 Trent Alexander-Arnolds for 300,000 coins and sell him 15-20 minutes later for 400k. And same thing with Ruben Diaz. He was 650, he went up to 750, he even went up to like 850 at one point. Trent went up to 450,000 coins at one point. These cards have a lot of demand. They also have a decent amount of supply. I wouldn't say the pack weight is like insane, but since there's so many cards in packs, you're packing a lot of the fodder cards. It feels like you actually have a chance at packing these promos. So many people yesterday were saying they were packing the Ruben Diaz cards or the Trent Alexander-Arnold. I mean, it's worth ripping packs right now, in my opinion, especially the SBC packs. I would get as many of those open as you possibly can because, yeah, it's good. With all these cards that are in packs, you have a good chance at the heroes and the icons too. There's some cheaper ones, there's some more expensive ones. And of course, there's plenty of fodder, which is one of the reasons I think some of the 91s went down in price yesterday, because some of these 91 rated promo cards that came in, there is a number of them, kept those prices in check. Now, one thing I will say is a lot of people are investing in these cards today for a market rise. And I could see that happening. I could see these cards, since they're so hyped and so many people want to use them, actually rising up on the market today. But what I would say is I bet the cards end up dropping later on. I'm somebody who's actually invested. I bought a Trent Alexander-Arnold for 330. I have a couple of Garnachos that I bought at 380 as well. So I'm hoping for some quick flips on these FUT Birthday cards today. However, I would not want to hold on to these cards for long because I do think, like most promos, they would drop off later on. So that's one thing I wanted to mention with those. But let's talk about the market in general. With the Ronaldo SBC, with the evolutions, of course, one of them being paid. Not that everybody's getting to that 300k evolution straight away, but with all the content yesterday, paid evos in the cosmetics section that a lot of people were doing too. I think that actually impacted the market yesterday. You saw a big drop in the market right around content. We talked about not buying anything until the content dropped, and that was probably the best move on the day. These cards, basically everything, even meta cards like this Araujo, crashed after content for about an hour, and then we had prices really go back up. And that was kind of what you saw for almost everything around the market yesterday. Now, prices are still a little unstable and they are still lower than where they were, but that was expected. But the crash that we had after content, look at Bruno. Bruno was 300k right into content, 290, and then boom, 230,000 coins right after the content drop. But then what happened? The Friday night bubble. This is why we were poised and ready to trade on the stream yesterday. We were talking about this. Last night was an incredible time to make coins with fluctuations if you timed it right. These cards went really low and they flew up really high. Now, some of them are coming back down. And again, I would not expect all of these cards to maintain prices that are up and like higher than they were before last week. Again, we just had a huge promo team dropped. We're getting player SPCs every day, evolutions every day. That's over time going to hurt these prices. But if you looked at the cards that we talked about in yesterday's video, team of the years and fantasy cards and just out of pack meta special cards in general from the most recent promos, the trades were off the charts. Cole Palmer was 1.1 mil to start the day yesterday, went down to 970, went all the way back up to 1.15 where he is now. You can see he had a really nice price rise there. These team of the years were incredible to trade with. Same thing with the fantasies. I'm actually invested in some fantasy cards myself today because some of these players, have games. Pavard and Inter, they play today. I picked them up for 248,000 coins there. I picked up Malin for 275, and I got one really good price at 257. I even picked up a Francescoli at 180. Now, a lot of these cards are starting to go back up because people are investing in them before their games. Potential upgrades are on the line. That's why I stressed talking about looking at these cards before their games today. I would expect these cards to continue to rise into the games that they have today and into this weekend. So if you see low prices on a player who's got a game upcoming, absolutely get interested, get invested, at least be on the lookout. Kovica, right? PSG play today. If they score 3 goals, I bought one of him at 1.58. He was almost 1.9 mil. He's 1.8 right now. I'm not selling because he's going to go back up even higher. This card was 2.4 mil last week, right? He was 1.5. If they score 3 goals, he's getting his 99 stat upgrade on Monday, and that means there's going to be a lot more hype for this card, and he's going to go back up in value. Same thing for anybody else who plays today. Now, the one thing I would tell you, as that's an undercut for Caicedo because he was just like 370. The one thing I would tell you is sell into the hype for the games. Before game time happens, you definitely would like to sell in the hype unless you're somebody who wants to take the risk and hold on for the potential bigger gains if the player that you're watching actually does go ahead and get that upgrade clinched. So that is one thing that I would mention. Like I bought the Mullins at 275 and 257. He was as high as 320 last night, and then a little bit of a rebound here. But Villa play today. They have a really good opportunity to score goals against Brentford, and maybe he gets a goal or an assist. They get the win, and that means he could get a playstyle, 2 playstyles added to his card, and then an overall boost. That's the perfect scenario. If none of that happens, then hopefully we'll be able to sell for a little bit of profit there. Just watch the fantasy cards because those I think are going to be moving still, even with FUT Birthday prices and FUT Birthday content controlling the game at the moment. I think those cards will be interesting to watch this weekend. Now, let's move into what's upcoming. We talked about what has already happened. Why is there still hype for FUT Birthday going forward? Of course, we got the daily play games. We got the daily stuff that keeps us curious. It keeps me really curious. What is EA going to keep doing? Because they started off so good with all the EVOs, with all the SBCs. Just a really solid and fun day yesterday with everything that came out. What's next? Well, Saturday, we got a player SBC, we got an evolution. We got a whole bunch of player SBCs that are leaked. We've got Pop, we've got Pope, we have Essien, Scott. Those are just some of the players that have been leaked. We have official stats, but we don't know who's actually dropping today. The hope would be, I think for me, that this Essien would drop. This would be an insane SBC. He might be one of the most expensive ones that is leaked right now. Again, he's 5'5", jockey and incisive pass plus. I'm assuming they're going to give him intercept and, anticipate too, maybe a pinged, maybe a long ball. This is going to be a really, really, really good SBC. He might be kind of expensive. That could be a good thing if you invested in fodder and maybe even informs. Really quick, let's talk about informs. Since I just brought that up and that just reminded me, we didn't talk about it yet, but a lot of you guys had invested. Informs, back down just a little bit. Still a lot of demand. Ooh, back down. Actually, back down. Reinvest time on informs. If you want to get invested, get yourself involved because there's still going to be demand for these informs throughout the week with the SBCs that are incoming. So if you sold when they were up at like 15, 16,000 coins, GG's. If you didn't sell and you still have them and you're freaking out, don't worry about it. They're going to go back up. We're going to get more SBCs. There's still more pack grind to be had here. I think these SBCs too are going to keep requiring informs here or there. And that's going to help those prices continue to rise during the week, especially once again, when there's an 83 times 10 unlimited repeatable out, people are doing more SBCs because they get more fodder. It just leads us to do more of that. And that actually helps fodder prices on the market. This SBC could help fodder prices because he looks a little more expensive. Just watch out for the leaks today to know what SBC is going to be today. We're going to be watching every day for the leakers to probably provide us info on what SBC is coming that same day, because that's really going to mean or really have an impact on what's moving on the market. If we get this Essien today, what's going to drop? Probably some center mids, center defensive mids. I want to sell that Caicedo, right? If we're getting Pope, I would definitely think about selling some keepers. Whenever we get a big-time keeper SBC, for a player that's as big as Nick Pope and the hype that he's had in previous years, you would definitely 100% want to sell players like maybe Casillas, if you have the tradable version of him. I know a lot of us have the SBC. Van der Sar, maybe Yashin, one of the most expensive keepers in the game. I think Allison, numero FUT, would be a card that I would be very careful with if this Nick Pope SBC is coming out today. Even if he's not coming out today, maybe consider this as like a warning per se, that this is a time to be very careful with a card like this, because an SBC like this, 5-star, 5-star, is going to hurt some prices. So that's another leaked card that we have coming out. So is this. Ethan Mbappe duo SBC stats. He's, of course, going to be 5-star, 5-star. One is center mid, one is striker. Tiki Taka and pinged. Really interesting card right there. Quick step and chip shot on the striker version. A lot of pace, only 90 rated, but that doesn't seem like the most meta card. That just seems kind of like a fun card. You can say that you have Mbappe, but it's not Kylian Mbappe. It's Ethan Mbappe. So watch out for that one. That's a leaked SBC to come. I want to show you guys these because it's good to be prepared and good to know what types of SBCs are coming. Futre is getting a hero FUT Birthday SBC. Really good dribbling, really good pace. Not the best in the shooting and the passing categories, but he's got Trickster Plus and Technical Plus. If you like to dribble and skill, this is going to be your guy for that. He should be hopefully a little bit cheaper than other SBCs. Kulusevski is leaked to be coming as an objective. Not sure exactly when or where this is going to drop since we already have the Tammy Abraham. This could maybe be a part of a cup. This could be a part of a rush objective as well, but most likely a cup if it's going to come here pretty soon. It sounds like we are expecting a cup as well in some of the upcoming content. Now, that's the daily SBC stuff. Watch out for those. Any of those that have leaked stats that we just looked at probably have the highest chance of coming either today or during this weekend. Now, Evos. We're getting an Evo every day as well, and there's a whole list of Evos that are leaked in terms of names. We already had the Build Your Birthday one. We have not had the season ladder ones yet. You would think those would be next week during the new season. A Rush Evo token, a Cup Evo token. There's even an SBC Evo token that's going to be coming out, and also a 5-star baller is the name of an Evo that's coming out as well. Really curious to see what other types of Evos we get. We haven't had any training camp Evos since last week. I think it's now very safe to assume that those are broken somehow on this game at the moment because we have not seen any of those. But that is one thing to watch out for, is another evolution coming today. Again, in terms of the leaks, it's going to be a week this week with content dropping every single day that the prices on the market and content on this game is really going to be following what drops every single day. If it's not a great SBC that day, stuff's maybe not going to go that crazy. If there is a great SBC, like we mentioned with the Essien, that's going to impact prices. Players are going to be selling players to go get the new one, right? Selling a center defensive mid to go get the Essien, or vice versa. You know, maybe buying some links to other players that are leaked to be coming out. Maybe an Mbappe card makes some of the League One links go up, something like that. Or maybe the Futre wouldn't impact much, but maybe a Pope impacts some Premier League. That's probably a bit of a stretch because most people have Premier League. But when it comes down to the Evo and the SBC content, the point I want to get across is the leak information is going to be very, very crucial each and every day. So we kind of have something to look forward to and know how the market's going to move, because the leaks give us a whole lot of intel on how things are going to move. Now, one thing I want to mention here is, again, the 3 Playstyle Plus evolution. There's a lot of hype around that, right? Because we have the memory of the Team of the Year Blueprint Plus that gave us 3 Playstyle Pluses and how good that was. We're hoping for that again. FUT Agent says here that content is subject to change. This is why I did not post any card. FUT Agent is here to help. So it's kind of like backtracking a bit because we didn't get the 3 Playstyle Plus Evo. Hopefully that's still something that we're looking forward to, but it's not known for sure. Last thing to mention is EA mentioned Flash Rush events and also cups. We just got done with a crazy week of cups, of course, for the Fantasy League and the Fantasy Cups. Sounds like we're getting more of that. Hopefully, you know, they make it fun. Maybe not as long as the cups from last week. I think a lot of us now have a lot of new cards that we would like to use in our main teams. After the last 2 weeks in this game with Fantasy, we were doing cups and we were doing the league with like our lesser teams, which was fun to an extent. But I think now we're ready to get back using our main squads. And it looks like hopefully we'll have the chance to do that and the Cubs shouldn't be that invasive upon our squads. We will just have to see. But of course, guys, FUT Birthday is off to a flying start. Great Evos, great SBCs, and hopefully more great content to come. Watch out for the leaks. Good luck out there in Weekend League. Good luck trading on the market as well. And make sure to sell your fantasy cards in the hype. That's going to be the video for me today, though. If you did enjoy it, drop a thumbs up on it. Comment down below if you have any questions. And subscribe if you're new. It's been TheFutAccountant. Have a great Saturday. Peace out.